Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the Zentangle Original Tangle, Verdigogh. Okay, this one starts, it's actually the whole thing is a series of pairs of lines. So we're going to start with a long one that will essentially become our stem. And you can, I'm putting a little curve in there, and so you can do the same. So, draw one, and then we're going to aura that one. Now, I'm going to stop just short up here at the top. I remember at CZT training when we did this, I think you could do this two ways. And of course you can, as you know, if you've been following, if you've been tangling for a while, we can all do what, in the end, what we want to do, right? In my step out book from Zentangle, it shows it, and I'm going to do, well, no, I kind of like it the other way though, capped off, so where it has a blunt end. But if you wanted to, I'm sure you could do just what I did and have the meat up at the top. You could have a combination of both. Okay, so once you have this one long piece, then pick one side to start, whichever side is more comfortable for you. And I'm going to start at the bottom. And because this is small, I'm going to draw maybe three things coming out the side of it. I'm just going to call them things at the moment. Start however far up you want. And these ones are going to angle, towards the top of your page. And like I said, you can cap that off like that. And you want to separate them, maybe somewhat evenly divide them going up. We'll just say some of mine are clipped and some of them aren't. And then on the other side, and I'm turning my tile just because it's more comfortable to do it this way. They don't have to line up this way. In fact, I'm going to do this one just a little bit above. Well, look at that one. That's interesting. And this one is fun in the sense that you can play with it and space these out however you like. Okay, next step is we're going to add more. We're going to just keep adding layers of these and having them go behind one another using the halabow technique. And I'm going to do that right now. So if you don't know what the halabow, to halabow something, this is what it means. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to draw one kind of straight-ish, and I'm going to have it go behind this one here. So what I'm doing is I'm going to start here, pick up my pen, travel it over to continue on the other side like so. And then I should be auraing on the other side, but that's okay. And like that. And doing it in one swoop. I remember seeing some people do this where there's like, well, I'll do these lines and then do these lines afterwards. Much better to just one continuous thought, have your air draw essentially. This is at least tiny enough that it doesn't take much to put, have your pen travel, over the space and continue on. It just helps ensure that it looks like you've actually drawn it behind and maybe erased things or something. But because we don't have erasers in our kits, we do it this way, and it's a lot of fun. All right, so I'm gonna do this. I'm going like right above each. I don't know if I'll call it branch, leaf, that that I already have. So I'm going just above, and the length is completely up to you. Now I'm going to do that on the other side also. And again, they don't have to meet up. It's kind of whatever you feel like. This one I'm having it kind of swoop down a little bit. Whoops. Oh, look at that. Well, it's going to get cut off right there. I got into the halabow mode and not thinking. I really want these to be a little narrower. Okay. Okay. Well, that's a good start. Next, and it's almost like we're alternating, where the we'll call it leaves because that's what, if it was a piece of rosemary, that would be what it is, right? Um, where they're going up and then kind of going straight or down, so that way we have that just that little bit of difference in the direction. So next, I'm going to just squeeze some in between here, going up like the same direction. And actually, you know what? If I'm close enough like this, I'm going to hollow bow that as well. Just if it's close enough. They don't have to cross. And well, although I think in hindsight, because look, I have this row here. That's okay. We'll fix that later. And then on the other side also, it's, I don't know. It's one of those. It doesn't matter. I would rather have these be at little different lengths, but that's okay. All right. And so that's just something that you can play with as you're doing. Okay, like there. And then we'll just do one more up here at the top. All right. Then we're going to go back to more of the kind of coming straight. And then again in the middle, but these, now we might have to hollow bow over a couple of them. I'll make that one a little bit longer. You decide where you think you need to fit one, and then we're going to do another round of having them go up. What's neat is that it ends up looking, well, let me just say this way. Even at this step, I'm like, I don't know if I'm liking it or not. But what's neat is, in the end, it's kind of like, oh, well, wow. And I love those kind of tangles that where you're not thinking about it. It's just, we're just doing. Okay, and then as I mentioned, we'll at least do one more going up, and then of course you decide where you want to position those, or just one going whatever direction. I'm going to throw one in going a little bit different, just because I'm feeling like it needs it. And that's what you can do too, is just looking at what you've done and decide where does it need to be filled in a little bit. Oh, see, yes. And my big issue is I don't want things to look contrived. I don't at all. And so that's where I feel particularly lacking in artistic quality is that. And so I make lots of efforts, and I probably just worry about it more than I need to, and that's, what, that's okay. But at the same time, as I say that, using the Zentangle method and finding different ways to make it how I think it should look, and strive to not having things look contrived. And that's why I was not liking, and where is it? I can barely even see it, but because I just thought of it, it's like, oh yeah, this line right here where they were all about the same. That's why I wasn't liking it, because I'm like, oh, it doesn't look natural or whatever. And I share that because in case you are feeling the same way. And that's why I share that. That's why I like to share stories, because I'm finding that there are a lot of folks out there like me that want to do this, but we feel inadequate in some way, and now you're not alone. we can all do this, and that's what makes it so fun. And there we go. I'm just going to leave it at that. Now, if you wanted to do a little shading, here's a thought. And this was actually in my Zenthology, so I'm gonna follow the brilliance of the folks at Zentangle have done, and just putting a little graphite on the right side of that original stem, and I'm just bringing out the graphite a little bit, and look at how neat that is. Now, I suppose, well, you could put some on the other side as well, but then that's going to make this stick out a lot versus this just gives it a little bit of shape. But you can play with that. Of course you can. Also, again, playing with the angles, playing, if you like the tip, blunt or coming to a point. Also, and as I'm re-looking at some things, you could add a little bit more curve. I made mine kind of straight, but you could add a little bit of curve to it if you want. The sky is the limit. And but yeah, what a fun tangle. So if you enjoyed this, and I hope you did, would love to have a thumbs up, like, share it with people. And if you like it enough to maybe see more, would love to have you be a subscriber on the channel. And yeah, and that's it. I was like, and yeah. All right. So with that, and if I'm thinking, what do I usually say? I usually say, of course, subscribing to the channel is always free. In the description section, that's what I was missing. You'll find links to step outs and anything else to do with this tangle that I think might be helpful. I'll put it in that description section, as well as below that, ways to connect with me if you like my style. I do a combination of paid classes online and free classes. I have mostly free classes, and I do have a club membership. You can go to my website. That link is there also, and check it all out. But either way, I hope that you join us on a Thursday. I'm doing them. Well, at the time of this recording, we've got 2 weeks to the end of the year, and I'm going to continue on the Thursday. So holidays are coming, but I will still be doing this because it doesn't interfere, and we can all use a little bit of a tangle break. So with that, thanks again for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.